We don't know if you were able to
Hi.
hear the first part of the discussion. We're talking about a YouTube channel na in the last 7 days, biglang nag-iba ang anyo. Parang ano, di ba? Nag-iba ang anyo. Parang makeover. Nag-iba ang anyo and has been posting all sorts of video about a war already happening between China and the Philippines. Bombahan, kanyunan, and may at least 2 video clips where they're using audio that purports to be that of the president ordering attacks against China.
You would imagine na parang bago po. Pero you would be surprised that this is a prevalent practice that, the owners of channels, the owners of Facebook pages would be sending their pages for, they would be hired to administer and put up contents for other people.
Well, sir, actually, I have basically two questions. Number one, isn't this a security concern? You're talking about the president on an issue about national security at a time when we're talking about a potential crisis in the West Philippine Sea and military exercises and all that. And number two, how do we prevent things like these from happening again?
Well, to answer the first part of your question, yes, it definitely is a security concern. And in fact, we take cognizance of this particular issue. Hindi lang itong isolated incident na to, but in general, the use of AI and deepfakes when it comes to pieces of national security. And we're also cognizant of the fact that magagamit yan ito later on sa election to, promote candidates or para sirano yung ibang kandidato. And second, the second part of your question, what you are doing, ito namang mga deepfakes na to would not be proliferate for the help or the use of the platforms of several social media sites po. So what we're doing right now, we're working with different platforms po in order for us and them to develop certain community guidelines to prevent this. Hindi ko na ma-divulge ngayon, pero a lot of them have responded well and they guidelines to prevent the use of AI and to tag certain AI para malaman nun natin. Yun lang talaga magagawa natin. We cannot really prevent because of certain rights na mag-put up ng content. Pero para malaman kung ano yung what's real and what's not.
Asec, di ba, I understand it's quite easy to request YouTube or Google to take down these sites or these videos. Wouldn't it?
It's not. Sir Patrick, gusto rin mano natin. Yan din yung limit natin. Pero because these platforms are situated elsewhere, yung jurisdiction natin, wala tayong jurisdiction over them, what we do naman po is coordinate with them, makiusap po sa kanya. And thankfully for us, nagiging responsive naman sila. They are very willing partners of governments when it comes to the prevention of the proliferation of fake news and deepfake.
I'm just wondering also, Asec, whether the motivation behind of the people behind this obviously patently fake videos is it like disinformation, propaganda, or is it classic budol or scam? Kasi alam naman po natin na it's so patently mali eh. Pero with every click, with every view, they probably get to monetize these videos.
So, it's both. Yeah, one is before talaga budol lang to, the proliferation of scam, yung para in fact, yung AI, by deepfake, ginagamit ito para mag-endorse ng mga other products. Yung mga celebrities, mga personalities, mga influencers, so even mga newscasters, so nagagamit yung imagery nyo, tsaka mga bosses nyo to endorse to various products before. Pero ngayon, kailangan natin matanggap na this is the day and age na ang AI at ang deepfake gagamitin na for more nefarious purposes. For example, yan pag-manipulate ng election, ito warmongering na to, para mag-show ng galit sa ating gobyerno.
So, Asec,
yung recent trilateral summit in Washington, yung cybersecurity was one of the topics discussed. At meron mga agreements, can you tell us more about it? Anong progress noon? What can we expect from that? Dahil meron daw mga agreement, and I think may representative ng DICT doon.
Tama ho, Ma'am Ami. This is a very important issue na mismo kay Secretary Ivan Uy at ang ating cybersecurity, si Yusek Jeffrey Ian ang umattend nun.
Yes.
Chief of the agreement and many of those agreements were talagang nakasettle sa cybersecurity. Pero naman, magandang balita naman nito, mas kanyado sa mga issues na yun, na-address ko ng National Cybersecurity Plan na pinirma ng ating Pangulo last year. So, for implementation na una to. So, we are one with the national community when it comes to yung improving each other's cybersecurity postures. Tapos, magtutulungan tayo ng mga kaalyado natin para malaman yung mga attribution at mga patterns and tendencies ng mga threat actors natin when it comes to not only the cybersecurity problem but also yung deepfake problem natin.
Last year, ang sabi sa amin ni Ambassador to the US, Babe Romualdez, most of our critical infrastructure are seriously compromised sa cyber. Anong status nila ngayon?
Totoo yan. Kasi nga, before we came in, ang procurement, hindi natin masyadong nabigyan ng importansya yung cybersecurity. Much less yung digitalization natin. Kasi ang nangyari, nung naging dependent tayo sa internet, nung natin na-realize na manhilango pala yung mga sistema na procure natin before. In fact, ako naman hindi ko naman masisi being a person in government myself. May mga challenges talaga tayo. For example, yung budgetary challenge natin, yung manpower challenges natin. But again, we in the DICT have set forth policies and plans to improve our cybersecurity posture and our cybersecurity capabilities. So, hindi na sa DICT but the whole of government po.
Okay, Asec, yung going back to yung tanong ni Sir Patrick, you've been in coordination with these platforms to take the pages down. So, does that mean that that we're just waiting for these pages to be taken down? And what protection do we have? Kasi gaya nga po na nasabi ninyo, dumadami na yung deepfake na videos. It's not just when it comes to national issues, but also yung mga celebrity endorsers, newscasters, personalities. What protection do we have in case it happens? Anong gagawin namin?
Tatanong nyo kung it's a matter of some reports this and kung it's only a matter of time before that these videos and channels be taken down. Kailangan natin include we have to comply with their internal rules kasi nga wala tayong jurisdiction over them. That's the primary problem with this particular scenario, that it's more of a partnership rather than us regulating them. Second, when it comes to ano kung magagawa nila, yung mga celebrities na katulad dito, ako naman confident ako sa pakikipag-usap natin sa mga platforms na to that they are developing their own policies in order to be tailor-fitted to address these particular challenges. At pagdating naman sa pag-reporting natin, I think they're expediting talaga doon at talagang apparent, blatant, deepfake na nako-compromise yung integrity ng mga influencers at celebrities natin.
Gaano po ka dali na gawin ito? Kasi parang dati pag nakikita ko siguro medyo komplikado naman, baka hindi naman natin matutunan yan. Pero dumating na dito. Parang may nakita kasi ako nagrereklamo, actually si Doc Dex yun, yung isa. Parang sabi niya, hindi ako ito, pero ginawa, nag-shoot siya, parang yung boses niya, pinalitan yung content no sinasabi niya, yung video niya. I mean, how easy is it now to be able to do these AI deepfakes?
I think about my conversation, especially with Meta, because they were our partners when we launched our MVP phase 1. We had a very long discussion, which includes itong particular problem na to. I think they tailor-fitted now their reportorial system na pag nag-report mo kayo, they would immediate address. Parang may prioritization sila when it comes to, pag naghanap mo ng details tsaka yung mga fake news to. Especially if you are the owner of that image at kayo mismo ang nagre-reklamo, sasabihin nyo hindi kayo yan, they would really prioritize ito. But again, it's really a question that has to be lodged with the particular platforms po.
Pero sir, short of just waiting for these platforms to do a takedown, wala ba tayo pwedeng gawin? Like to go after, for example, Revised Penal Code, Article 154. Although I tend to be very careful about the use of this article, pero I think it falls under this. Article 154 provides penal code. Any person who by any means of printing, lithography, or other publication shall publish or cause to be published as news any false news which may endanger the public order or cause damage to the interest and credit of the state will be liable.
Tama po, Sir Ed. It falls squarely within that provision of the penal code. And if ang problema ko dito, attribution, no? Kasi the power of these people, the threat actors, the criminals, is the aspect of anonymity when it comes to the internet. Pag nagkaroon tayo ng proper attribution na pinpoint natin kung sino yan, then they can be held liable under various, hindi lang yung sinabi niyo, Sir Ed, various provisions of the
Cybercrime law,
the revised penal code and others, lalo no, yung Cybersecurity Act po natin of 2012.
Okay. Ano ba? Okay, maraming salamat for joining us again. Asec Aboy Paraiso, spokesperson of the DICT. Thank you, sir.